Okay, you're recording on both of these.
Sweet.
I will get the questions. And you are going to have to talk. You are going to have to talk.
Pretty loud for these.
Okay. How has your year been so far?
I'm just gonna do it through my phone as well, just to get some audio.
Okay, you're gonna
Ready?
you're gonna look over to those two. That's your main one, and then that's your secondary one. So move your eyes between those two. So how's your year been so far?
Alright, so my year's been, it's been a rocky road. So the year started off like crazy. It was actually amazing. Every day was like just constant, like just hustle, and just every morning I'd just be excited to wake up, and just, it was amazing. It was just like a great feeling. And I loved every day of those transitions, and I was meeting so many amazing people. I was networking. I was just on top of the world, feeling amazing. And then, it just sort of slipped down a bit, and you know how it is. Some days, sometimes you're on a high, and sometimes you're on a low. So it ended up being a lot of lows, and then it was just like every day it was just lower, 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 until I hit rock bottom with a lot of different things, and that was it was a humbling, but also it was a learning experience. So not much you can do, but when you hit rock bottom, the best part about it is you move back up. That's like you're moving back up, so it humbles you. So yeah, there's not much that I can say about that. That's pretty much how the year's been. Up and then down, and then now it's sort of like the recovery, try to move back up. So yeah, so far so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What is your background?
So if we go back, let's just go. So I went to a French school for elementary school. I was born in Montreal, but I was only there for a couple months. So I went to a French school, and then I went to a boarding school, a religious boarding school for high school. So I was there for about 3 years, and I came back, and then I upgraded my courses at BCC to finish off my high school. So I did the rest there, and then after that I took a little bit of a break, about a 1-year break. I worked at 2 different places. One was a retail store, Sports Junkies, and the other one was a kitchen called En Route. So after that I decided to take a different route, and I wanted to do something else. So I decided to take photography, and that's where things have changed a little bit. I decided to go a little bit to social media. I was trying to experiment with different platforms, trying to upload on different mediums and stuff like that. Just figuring out, a lot of experiments. So, that's sort of my, a quick overview of my background, but, just pretty simple. It's just been, now it's photography, and now we'll see what happens next. Pretty excited for the next few years.
Nice. Why are you sometimes so distant?
So the reason why I'm so distant sometimes is sometimes I can be in the middle, I can be there, I'll be present in the moment, and then next thing you know I'll disappear. So when I'm disappearing, it's usually because I'm plotting something, I'm usually in my head, I'm usually, just sometimes I need a break from life and people. Most times it's because I just need a break. Sometimes I'm very, very involved with the community and stuff like that, but sometimes I just need time to myself. Any time to take the step back and just really reassess what I'm doing and figure out why I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah, sometimes people ask me, why are you, you just disappeared, where have you been these past couple weeks, or where have you been? I'm just taking time to myself and reassessing everything, just trying to see whether I'm doing the right thing, whether I need to do something else, whether I need to go a different path. So yeah, I think it's important that we take time to ourselves, because when all else fails, people can help you out, but at the end of the day, it's you versus you. So yeah, so that's I'm distant. When I'm distant, then I'm just taking time to myself.
How has your life changed since attending LaSalle College?
So essentially for me, before LaSalle College, I was at VCC, but I was never a school person. I'm not a school person. I don't like. I think my classmates know I just don't like school. Like, I'm the type of person that I prefer going out and doing things than sitting in a classroom and just trying to absorb what someone's teaching you. I like to be out in the field or out doing it. That's how I am, and I like to just get out. So it was humbling, because I used to think, oh man, school. But coming here, it was different, because the way they teach you is very different, and it's not just a theory type of thing where you're sitting down and you're trying to prepare for a test. It's sort of like they teach you all the fundamentals, and it's sort of like, okay, you know what to do now. Go out in the real world and do what you need to do. So in the first term was we were learning we were learning how to use a camera, different lighting techniques, stuff like that. Second term was different because we took it at a different level, and as we took it at a different level, I sort of took my I don't know if I want to say career, but I sort of took my branding to a different level. So I decided to just go really ham on it and just really go hard at it, see how far I can go. So yeah, I was just trying to network and stuff like that. So being at LaSalle College changed a lot, because you're meeting all these different people, you're networking, your circle changes around you. You're surrounded with people. You're surrounded with a lot of different photographers who. It's interesting because everybody has a different goal, but everyone has a goal. So most times when you go to you go to a different field, most people they have a different goal, but it's not like everybody has the same thing. They all want to do the exact same thing. But when it comes to an art like photography, we're all doing something different. We're all in the same field, but we're all so different. So one person might want to do weddings, one person want to do fashion, one person might want to just do clothing, one person might want to do just Photoshop editing. So it's very different. So being at LaSalle College it sort of humbled me in terms of school, because even now, even though I still don't like school, I'm humbled because I realize that you could go to school for a skill. It's not like a lot of people say, oh yeah, school's going to be obsolete very soon. But the fact is, if you're going to school to learn a skill that can benefit you, then by all means go to school. But if you're going to school because you're just trying to rack up some dough, that could be a different story. So, being in LaSalle, it showed me humility. I met a lot of interesting people, and I'm excited to see where life takes me after LaSalle College. Yeah.
That is the next question. Where do you see yourself after school?
So, this is a funny thing, because I think only a few teachers know. I don't know if I'm going to pass this semester. So, if I don't pass school, I'm not coming back. That's one thing about it, because I missed a lot of school this term. So I might have not have enough hours to graduate. But if I do not pass, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. But so being at LaSalle College, I had the intention of maybe I'll try photography, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, maybe I'll try to be a photographer, and maybe that's my career. So when I first started off, it was all fun and games. It was really fun. I was just doing it at my own pace. Then at some point, people started messaging me and wanting me to be so-called their photographer. So I got a lot of offers, and at some point, it got me thinking, is this what I really want to do as a career? Do I want to be a photographer for other people? Is this what I want to do? Is this what I want to make my living? Something inside me says no, so I'm sort of taking a different path. I want to use photography to as a means for other projects that I want to do. So like I said, I want to start a clothing line. I want to, I want to help other people more than like just help models and stuff like that. I want to help people market themselves. So one of the important things of marketing, you need photography, right? So I want to help people market, like real marketing. So after LaSalle College, where do I see myself? Whether I pass, whether I fail, hopefully I pass. We'll see what happens, but I'm gonna be here 100% from now on. So after LaSalle College, I do want to travel. I don't know if it's gonna be immediate, but I will travel for different reasons. I also see myself. What else? I mean, I also see myself moving to Vancouver because right now I currently live in Port Moody. So I see myself moving to Port Moody. I want to start my clothing line. Because essentially after school, like when you're in school, it's like you have this thought, okay, I'm in school, this and that. When you're out of school, it's a different thing. You're exposed to the real life. So that's one issue with school that I usually have with for a lot of people, because a lot of people go to school thinking that they're gonna get this career, but they're not experienced in actual life. So when they come to real life, they have all this debt, they have all this going on, they have, the shocks of being in the real world, trying to find a job, trying to survive in an economy, right? So that's one thing that I am very aware of. So after school, I'm pretty comfortable. I know where I'm gonna be at. I know that I'm gonna pay off my loans pretty quickly. It's just a matter of, because it's gonna be a lot of free time, and you know what they say, free time is the devil. So I want to make sure that when I get out of school, that I can utilize my time and make sure that I'm actually doing the right things and make sure that I'm being productive every single day of the week. I want to spend more time with my family. That's one thing I've been doing, like on the low key. People have been asking where I've been at. I've just been spending time with my family, so that's one thing I've been doing. So yeah, where do I see myself after LaSalle College? Obviously I don't know, but I'm comfortable, and I realize that if I'm productive and I stay with where I'm at, then I'll be able to succeed in whatever I do, whether it's photography, whether it's something else.
Awesome. Okay, that answered the second question.
All right,
after
sweet.
That. So, what are you passionate about?
So I'm very passionate about. I'm not a humanitarian or anything like that, but I'm very passionate in try to figure out how to develop the world and figure out ways of, because a lot of people complain about the government, this is a system, the government. The thing is, the government is a system, so they're just like an external cause, right? You are a living being right here, and you have the power to do whatever you want to do. Nobody can take away what you have, especially now. Like, it's so open. People complain, people talk about racism, people talk about this and that, but the reality is the world has never been more, like, there has never been more opportunities than today. So, you can do so much. It's endless. So I want to show people that, this is like, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You have the choice of doing whatever you want. I'm also very passionate about, the hereafter. I'm passionate, obviously, about God. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about the Creator. I'm passionate about creation. I'm passionate about learning different things. I love watching documentaries. I love learning about different cultures. I love learning about people. I love learning about people. Even though sometimes I can be distant. I like learning, about different people, because everybody's different. Everyone has a different passion. Everyone has a different, different purpose. Some people are here to consume. Some people are here to just, produce. So it really depends. So I'm very passionate about learning about different people and figuring out what I can do to help progress society in a different way, whether it's through social media, whether it's through face to face, whether it's through public speaking. We'll see what happens there, but I'm very passionate of figuring out. Yeah.
Cool. What do you do in your free time?
So I'm either thinking a lot, like just overthinking things. Yeah, I'm either thinking. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, to be honest, like just for entertainment reasons. Like I love YouTube. I recently started, reminiscing and doing things that I wanted to do when I was not even wanted to do things that I've done when I was younger. So I was playing RuneScape for a bit, which is fun for me. Like growing up, I played a lot of RuneScape. I'm looking at like what I actually want to do is I want to get like all like the old systems that I had. Like I want to get a GameCube. I want to get a Super Nintendo. I want to get I just want to have like a man cave when I move to Vancouver and just like get all these things and just put him in a little room and just play it out because I love that stuff. That's like the stuff I grew up playing, right? So obviously I love this stuff today as well, but you can call me an old head, but hey, reminiscent on the past, right? Yeah.
Next question. What inspires you?
What inspires me? To be honest, what inspires me is when I see people like from the ground up, and then when I see them like where they're at some certain point. Because I don't know, I love that. I just love seeing people. I love seeing people succeed. As weird as it sounds, because a lot of us like we want to be the top, we want to be the best, we want to be this and that. But I love seeing people succeed. So if I see you when you were like in the ground up, you were just there, you just started, and now I see you, you're like, you're successful in your field, you're doing well. Oh, I'm happy for you. That inspires me. It shows me that this is real. Like you can do this. Like it shows me that that there hasn't been any more. Like it shows me that the opportunity is there, and that you just need to put in the work, and you just really put in the effort. So yeah, that inspires me. Seeing people succeed.
Okay, I'm just skip this question because I think this one should be for the last.
Yeah.
What do you fear?
What do I fear? What I fear is I don't fear losing materialistic things because I've already lost a lot in terms of materialistic things. What I fear is losing the connection with my family, because even though I'm very distant, I try my best to stay connected with my family. So we're all very weird people in my family. We're just like that's how we are. But if I don't want to lose that connection because I just want to stay grounded with them. But yeah, I think that